Well, Alan, it's been maybe a disappointing 90 minutes, but can you give us your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, a little baptism of fire maybe. We just started the game slowly. First 15 minutes, never really got going. We spoke before the game just about their threat from set pieces and possibly our vulnerability from them, and it probably showed the first goal, just a runner, and we don't deal with it. And then there's really not a lot in the game. And then kind of out of nothing, the ball over the top, we give away a free kick. I think it's going nowhere near the goal. I'm not sure who sticks out with a leg and ends up in the net, and suddenly you're right on the back foot. And to compound that, we just lose our heads for maybe 5 minutes, and then we get a red card, and you're really up against it then. So we just tried to try and stem the tide for a little bit for the next and just work our way into the game, and I thought they did that quite well. Just nullified the game, took their threat away, and kind of slowly into it at the end of the first half. Second half we spoke about staying in the game again and come a point when we'll give it a go. We knew if we got one goal we'd get a chance, and we had a little go with it late on where a couple of half chances, disallowed goal, which maybe if you get that with a couple of minutes to go it might have just made it a little bit nervous, but it wasn't to be, and then we kind of just really compounded the day by getting another red card at the end. So bit of lack of discipline, and a bit of lack of care and I don't know, concentrations just cost us today.
Yeah, did you feel that Elgin got out the traps fairly quickly? They struck the bar just prior to scoring. I think they were definitely on the front foot, but like you say, the set piece that was given away ultimately leads to a goal. Yeah,
I think we were a little bit naive on a couple of things. We spoke just about making it more difficult to play through the middle of the pitch, and I think that chance comes from a throw-in where we get wrong side and they just run through the middle and we don't deal with it well enough, quickly enough. And yeah, they get their tails up a little bit, and maybe we were a little bit rattled, and then from a corner I think it was an unnecessary corner. I think we could have dealt with it better before that, and then we don't quite get organised. But even that 1-0 down, just think stay in the games, just be disciplined, just things I would expect. And then we just, from a free kick that was going nowhere, just dangle a leg, or someone dangles it, I don't know if it's ours or theirs, and then you're suddenly 2-0 down. And even that, I think, if you get in at 2-0, I can fix this. But I say we shot ourselves in the foot on a couple of moments that were crucial today.
Yeah, do you think there was an element of frustration by Travis, because I think it was him that maybe gave away the free kick that allowed that second goal?
So he gives away the free kick. I don't know, the ball was quite low and maybe doesn't travel as he thought it was going to be in the sun, and listen, he can roll off whatever excuse he wants, and he just catches his arm. The referee gives him a yellow card for that, and then to go into a tackle after that, you need to be a little bit more savvy. Yeah. It's a long time to play with a yellow card, but you can do it and you need to do it. So that's disappointing, and it just compounds maybe a slow start. So if you're 2-0 down and we haven't got going, I'll still be confident. If we get one back, you never know. And we had a couple of half chances at the end of the first half, and you think one of these come in, you never know, from a corner. And I say we hung in the game a long time, and we showed good work rate and good discipline then when we were on the back foot. So they can do it, but it's just maybe starting the game. And listen, it's difficult. We've been in the door 2 minutes, and maybe it's a different instruction, and they found we didn't quite get it right today.
What did you ask of them in the second half?
Just a couple of tactical changes. We still wanted to stay narrow and compact. We still had our 2 banks of 4, so making sure we didn't give anything more away, and then just a slight change for Uzi to make sure he's not just chasing around. He can just sit a little bit deeper, cut off their kind of supply through midfield, and just make it a little bit more difficult. And to be fair, they did that well, and they stuck at it, and we limited them to very little. We maybe got a touch fortunate with disallowed goal, and they strike one against the post, but over 45 minutes with 10 men, it's not too bad. And then I say we had a couple of half chances, one disallowed ourselves. The one back to Innes Murray, we just couldn't sort this feet quick enough on the bubbly pitch to maybe get into the net. So there's plenty to work with, and they did show good discipline in the second half, but then right at the end, it just kind of adds to the kind of bad day, but that kind of problem leads forward into next week because we're now missing 2 players.
Yeah, and we're probably doing this a bit in reverse, but no, I do want to welcome yourself and Mark to Edinburgh City. I was going to just ask you, how much time have you spent with the squad in regards to preparing for today?
Yeah, it's been difficult. We had one training session during the week. and just tried to get like some very simple tactical instructions down. I think I've spoken to anyone who's asked me this. There's been a lot of good work done here over the last couple of years, and I'm just trying to add to it. I'm not trying to make wholesale changes. I'd have ideas going forward if we get that time, but in the meantime I'm just trying to carry on the work that's been here, so I'm not going to make big changes, and it might just be a different voice or a slight change that would help them. It didn't today, but we'll just push ourselves down and we'll be ready for next week.
And in terms of different voices, you brought along Mark Kerr to assist you. Do you feel that the benefit that he can give you as well? Yeah,
I've known Mark a long time. We played against each other. Then he was a player I was part of the coaching staff of Falkirk for a couple of years, so I know him well from that kind of relationship. And then the last couple of years he's had his own experience managing and player manager at United, so I just needed someone I knew or trusted, but also has a bit of experience that when I think, should I do this or should I not do that?
Yeah.
They're the kind of voice of reason as well.
Yep.
To challenge me, so it's we are trying to make the right decisions.
Okay, well, thanks very much, Alan.
Brilliant, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.